As we all know that cathode ray experiment was performed by Thomson, but it was not that much true. The first cathode ray experiment, or you should say that discovery of cathode ray, was performed by Crookes, and later on J.J. Thomson have used the cathode rays for his discovery of electrons, or you should say the famous cathode ray experiment. What was the final discussion? Atom had small negatively charged particles inside of them, which he called electrons, and Thomson was not able to get this result in a single time. He has performed this experiment for about 3 times to be sure that the things which he have discovered was only the electron. Moving towards the next experimental setup, we can see that there is a discharge tube having near the vacuum, but it was not complete vacuum. The gases was there for at about the pressure of 10 to the power minus 6 Pascal, that is at a very low pressure. This discharge tube contains cathode and anode and connected to a high voltage generator which produces current up to 10,000 electron volt, or you should say 10,000 volt. There is a green glow when cathode rays start to travel up to anode, and this green glow is showing that cathode is traveling, or you should say cathode ray is traveling in a straight pathway. These cathode ray can penetrate through thin layer of matter, and they produce the fluorescence when they strike the glass. Coming to the properties of cathode ray, here we can see in the first slide that if cathode ray will strike on any metal surface, suppose if we have given a metal cross, then shadow of the metal cross will be casted. This means that these cathode ray have nature of light as well as the particle nature. Now coming to the diagram number 2, if we can see here that both in the presence of electric or magnetic field, there will be deflection. There will be a small deflection towards the positive charge. This also proves that if these cathode ray are traveling towards positive charge, that means they itself carry negative charge. Coming to the experiment number 3, it was shown that if a small padded mica wheel, why he used mica? Because mica was non-reactive to the cathode ray. If we use the mica wheel, it just start revolving, and this shows that they consist of particles whose kinetic energy is converted into mechanical energy. After that, Thomson performed a famous charge to mass experiment where he used both electric and magnetic field perpendicular to each other, and it shows that when electric field is used, it is getting on point C, and when if only magnetic field is used, it is getting on point A. And if both points are used simultaneously, then in the presence of similar cathode ray experiment, they both, or you should say the resultant is in between the both points, that is at point B. So on solving this equation, or you should say on solving the result obtained, he observed that the charge on the electron is minus 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and the mass ratio which he obtained, or you should say the mass which he obtained from this experiment is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. So the big question is this: then why it is discarded? Absolutely. If this experiment was so good, then why it is discarded? The answer is that Thomson said that it is a kind of plum pudding, but the experiment which Rutherford have done later has clearly indicated that the plum pudding model of Thomson was not correct. And this is the reason why later on the atomic model given by Thomson has been discarded. Thank you. Jai Hind.